We got a lot to talk about in today's video. We got a Marcelo Meyer injury update. We're going to talk a little bit about Liam Hendriks, and we're going to recap the Red Sox win over the Kansas City Royals. But before we do that, I am 50 followers away from 1,000 followers on Twitter. We just hit 1,000 followers on the Instagram. We're over 4,000 followers on the YouTube. 1,000 followers is the next milestone for my Twitter. I'm going to leave the link to my Twitter as the pinned comment in today's video. Go over there and follow me. I post the most about the Red Sox on Twitter. I live tweet the games. I'm constantly tweeting the highlights. If you want the best, most accumulating coverage of the Boston Red Sox, follow me on Twitter. I promise you won't regret it because you're going to get all of my rage tweets every night when the Red Sox aren't playing well. Follow me on Twitter. It's going to be the pinned comment in today's video, and let's get into the video. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of the Red Sox Rundown. I hope you all having a great day. We have injury news on Marcelo Meyer. He spoke to the media yesterday. We're also going to talk a little bit about Liam Hendriks. I got a bit of a bone to pick with him. And then we are going to talk about the game. The Red Sox beat the Royals, 7-game win streak, another series win. It's a great time to be a Red Sox fan. Let's talk about Marcelo Meyer. So he spoke to the media yesterday for the first time since the injury happened to his wrist. We got all the information. We know what's going on, what could happen. We've got quotes, so let's just get into the quotes. I'm not going to waste any more time. Here's what Meyer had to say. I could have done no shot and let it feel better from there. I could have done cortisone, another injection. Surgery was on the table. Obviously, I want to play. I want to get back on the field as soon as possible. We have a great team. All I want to do is play, so obviously we went the injection route. Hopefully, I'm good enough to play. If not, I know I gave it 100% to try to get back on the field. So surgery was on the table. All options were on the table. This is why it took a little while for us to actually find out what was wrong with the wrist. I know that we were waiting for days and we're like, this is kind of weird. What's going on with Marcelo Meyer? And the reason why is because there was basically every option on the table. He could have gotten surgery. He could have just let it heal on its own. He could have gotten the cortisone injection. He ended up getting the injection because he wants to get on the field as soon as possible, which I respect the hell out of because this team's making a playoff push and they are a better team with him on the field than without him. But obviously, you don't want to risk a more catastrophic injury. Here's a little bit more from Meyer. He said, TFCC is what I injured. Same thing that happened in 2022. They would just go in there and do arthroscopic surgery if that was needed. I think the rehab would be 2 to 3 months, nothing crazy. So, TFCC is the triangular fibrocartilage complex, and it connects the bones of the forearm to the bones of the wrist. So it's like muscle kind of tissue, cartilage that connects the bone to the forearm in the bones to the wrist. So it connects the wrist to the forearm, basically. I'm not a doctor, so just forgive me. But the one part about this that Meyer mentioned that is at least a little bit concerning is this is the same injury he had in 2022. And we've talked a lot of it actually, about the injury concerns around Marcelo Meyer, how he has not played, I believe it's over 96 games in a season. So there is at least a little bit of hesitation as to, do we really want to push this guy? Do we want him to just get the surgery? Do we want him to just chill? But obviously if he thinks he can go and he thinks he feels good and the shot worked and everything's great, then let him go on the field. I'm not going to, say that the medical staff of the Red Sox is wrong here, but it is at least a little bit concerning that it was the same injury from 2022. So it's definitely something to watch out for. The good news is, even if he is to get surgery, it's a 2 to 3 month rehab. It's not like a long-term thing. 2 to 3 months is a long time, but if he were to just, finish out the season, it's still not 100%. He goes in and gets the surgery, 2 to 3 months, then he can focus on getting ready for spring training. Still has a relatively full offseason to prepare. And then he should go into spring training with no restrictions at all. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. But the question that everyone's asking is, will Marcelo Meyer play again this season? I want you to answer that question for me down below in the comments. Y for yes if you think he will, N for no if you think he will not. I say it's a coin flip. I don't really know. I think we'll get more information over the next few days as to how the rehab goes. He is not going to San Diego with the team. He is staying in Boston to start his rehab. He said really it's just strengthening the wrist, making sure the wrist is up to strength. Then he can start getting into more baseball activities, and then we'll go from there. So you let me know. Y for yes, N for no. Does Marcelo Meyer play again this season? Real quick note, and then we'll talk about Liam Hendriks. Jorge Alcala was DFA'd yesterday. I know we talked about that in yesterday's video, that it seemed like a DFA might be on the horizon. He just hasn't been pitching good as of late. He came into the team and was awesome. Lockdown. His stuff was great, and his stuff is still great, but he's not finding the zone, and when he is, hitters are taking advantage of him. A lot of ducks on the pond, a lot of opportunities that he had to close out games that he didn't. You had to blow a Aroldis Chapman twice in the last 2 weeks. You had to have him pitch when they had a big enough lead to where they didn't need him to pitch. And that's because Jorge Alcala let these teams get back into the game. So the writing was kind of on the wall after his performance 2 nights ago. He didn't pitch well at all, gave up 3 runs. So it's just the unfortunate nature of the beast. He wasn't helping you at this point, so he was let go. Isaiah Campbell was called up. I know everyone was like, Jack, why didn't they just call up Brendan Bernardino? Because when you option someone to AAA, I believe it's a 15-day period. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a 15-day period of where you cannot get called up again. So he has to wait out that 2-week period before he can get recalled up. I would assume once that period ends, he'll be back on the team. But, with Alcala gone, Isaiah Campbell is the move. So that is what happened yesterday. Let's talk about Liam Hendriks, another reliever that could potentially be making a return soon. Alex Cora talked about, and I think we talked about this a few days ago, how he did not see Liam Hendriks pitching again this season. I think a lot of us were okay with that. He did not pitch well this season whatsoever. Had a few good outings, but a lot of blow-up outings. And I think a lot of us assumed once he went on the IL earlier this season, we probably wouldn't see him again. But now he's ramping up. It seems like he might pitch again. And let's just talk about this because I've got a bone to pick with Liam Hendriks. So Liam Hendriks spoke to the media 2 days ago. I did a short on this. Some people were pissed. Some people were not. It is what it is. We move on. He said he fully expects to pitch again this year. This is a day after Alex Cora said he didn't expect to see him again. He said, Alex Cora saying otherwise yesterday was a slip of the tongue that the two have discussed. Alex Cora then yesterday came out and said, I got ahead of myself. We cleared it up. I hope he pitches again this year. So as far as we know, it was just a slip of the tongue. But I have issue with Liam Hendriks. And it really is the way that he composes himself to the media. And he did that again 2 days ago. He openly came out and said that he had issues with the way the Red Sox were communicating with him, about how they were, texting him plans and he doesn't read text messages, so just say it to his face and blah, 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 blah. I thought that was a horrible excuse, but it is what it is. And a lot of people took that the wrong way. They thought I was trying to defend ownership, defend the Red Sox organization. I want to clear that up. I'm not defending the Red Sox, but I don't like what Hendriks is doing because this is not the first time this has happened. Hendriks has gone on to the media before he went on the IL and complained and made excuses before that. I'm not mad at Hendriks being frustrated. If the Red Sox are poorly communicating, which we know they have with Rafael Devers, that's fine. It's fine to be frustrated. We know this organization has communication problems. The part that I don't like is airing out your dirty laundry to the media, because all that does is create more unneeded controversy that the fan base knows about, the media is constantly critiquing, and that doesn't need to happen. Things like that should be handled internally. This team right now is one of the hottest teams in baseball. They are firing on all cylinders. When did that kind of start? after Rafael Devers got traded, after that, kind of chaos left the clubhouse. I'm not saying Liam Hendriks has Rafael Devers level chaos, but what did Rafael Devers do? He went to the media and he complained about the front office. He complained about Breslin. He complained about the organization. Liam Hendriks is doing the same thing here by saying, oh, bad lack of communication. Oh, I didn't like that I had to go 2 innings. Oh, they sent me a text and they should have just told me to my face. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm fine if you have issues. Handle them internally. Don't go to the media about it. That's my issue with Liam Hendriks. And that's not the first time he did it. He did it earlier this season too. I made a video about it. It was at the same time as the Rafael Devers stuff. I made a video about that. So I have an issue with Liam Hendriks complaining about the organization, making excuses to why he was pitching bad. And look, if an injury happened and that caused him to pitch poorly, okay, fine. I apologize, whatever. Fact of the matter, he wasn't pitching well. And fact of the matter, this bullpen has been phenomenal since he went on the IL. And I'm not saying that that's directly because of him. I think that that's because certain relievers got into better roles and they're pitching better. But the best version of this Red Sox bullpen does not have Liam Hendriks in it. I think Liam Hendriks is a great dude. He does wonders for charity. He's great for the community. This isn't a personal attack on Liam Hendriks. I want to make that abundantly clear. I think he's a great guy. I got no problem with him as a person. But if we're talking baseball, the best version of the bullpen for the Red Sox, especially going into the playoffs, Liam Hendriks isn't in that bullpen. He's not. And then for the cohesion of this team, don't air out your dirty laundry to the media. The same thing happened with Rafael Devers at the beginning of the year. We don't need drama right now. Let's focus on what's going well. This team is playing well. We do not need more communication drama. And we do not need more players going to the media and bashing the organization. If you have problems, handle them internally. That's all I got to say. That's all I've got to say. Do you think Liam Hendriks should pitch again this year for the Sox? Type P for pitch if you think he should. Type D for don't if you think he should not. Like I said, I've given my baseball opinion. I think the best bullpen that the Red Sox could trot out, he's not in it. If he pitches again and he shoves, I'll eat crow. I'm happy to eat crow. You know why? Because that means the team's playing well. But I just don't see a world where the best rotation you trot out has Liam Hendriks in it. Again, I got nothing against the person. He's a great dude. That's just objective. He's a great dude. Like, everything he does for charity, everything he's done for the community of Boston is phenomenal. Yes. But I don't like airing out dirty laundry to the media, and I just don't think he's, the best bullpen has him in it. So it just is what it is. But I had to get that off my chest. I was a little frustrated about that. Didn't get to talk about it yesterday because we had all the injury updates. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, we're going to talk about the game here in a second, but make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are slowly but surely making our way to 5,000 subscribers. I'm just going to pull back the curtain real quick. I got my annual review coming up in a few weeks, and I want to pitch Red Sox watch parties for the playoffs to my bosses. But I know that they're going to sit down and say, 4,000 subscribers, I don't know if we can invest the time and resources into that. If we can get to 5,000 subscribers, I think they might have a bit of a change of heart. So hit that subscribe button if you want watch parties leading up to the playoffs in the race for the division, and then hopefully praying, knock on wood, they make the playoffs, watch parties for the playoffs. Join the family. You're going to get daily coverage. I've been posting multiple shorts a day, one long form video a day. That's my guarantee to you. If you want all the best Red Sox coverage, subscribe to the channel right now. Red Sox win 6-2 over the Kansas City Royals. 7 straight. Another series win. Garrett Crochet shoves. It's a great day. We'll do standings check at the end of the video. I want to run through the game real quick. Garrett Crochet on, I believe it was 9 days rest, absolutely shoves. 7 innings, only 4 hits, 1 walk. 2 runs, 8 Ks. He retakes the lead for strikeouts in the entirety of baseball. He is everything we could have hoped for and more. I'm so happy they locked him down to an extension when they did, because if they didn't, that number would be astronomically higher now than it was when they locked him down at the beginning of the season. He's fantastic. Greg Weissert comes in, gives you a perfect 8th. Jordan Hicks comes in, gives up a hit, but then other than that, perfect 9th. The Red Sox did what they needed to do. You only had to use 2 relievers. Really great going into the series finale tomorrow. On offense, Jarren Duran had a huge day. Trevor Story had a huge day. It was a huge day from those few guys. Only 9 hits, which is fine, but you only struck out twice. You walked 4 times. You doubled your walk total from your strikeout total. That's great baseball. Moving runners, hitting the ball into the gaps, little bloop singles here or there, running the bases. Good fundamental baseball. That's what the Red Sox are playing right now. That's why they're winning these games. Like I said, Jarren Duran, 2 for 4, a run and an RBI. Alex Bregman, 2 walks today, scored 2 runs. Wilyer Abreu goes 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Trevor Story, TS10, goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. That's where your runs came from. Duran, Abreu, Story with the RBIs. Really great day. Really awesome to see. Narvaez goes 0 for 4. Toro goes 0 for 4. Not great. Romy Gonzalez goes 2 for 4 as well. He has a multi-hit game as well. 8 of your 9 hits came from Duran, Bregman, Abreu, and Romy. But sometimes that's all it takes. When you've got Garrett Crochet on the mound, getting his 13th win of the year, that's all you need. Just get a few runs across the board and go win the damn ball game. Red Sox have won 7 straight. I got to update this standings. There it is. Red Sox have won 7 straight. They've won 9 of their last 10. They are the hottest team in baseball. There is no one really even close. The best out of 10s I'm seeing are 7 out of 10. So the Red Sox by far are the hottest team in baseball. They've got their run differential up to plus 85. They're looking really good. Let's look at the scores real quick because a lot of the games that matter are still going on. So there's not a lot to really talk about at this point. The Blue Jays are winning 5-2 over the Rockies in the top of the 6th. So they're probably going to win. So you're going to stay 3 games back on the Blue Jays, which is fine. Yankees-Rangers is tied 0-0 in the bottom of the 7th. The Rangers are threatening, though, with a runner on second. So we'll see what happens there. And the Mariners are down 1-0 to the White Sox, but it is the top of the 2nd. So there's a lot of time left on that front. So as it stands right now, I don't really know how much movement's going to happen. You're as it stands 3 games up in the wild card, but all of the teams below you, their games are not over yet. So we'll see how that works. The Blue Jays, it looking like they're probably going to win. So you're probably going to stay 3 games behind the Blue Jays, but you're staying competitive, guys. Like 64 wins, 51 losses, 13 games over 500. This is a damn good ball club. They're playing good ball. And I think I don't want to say it because there's a lot of game left, a lot of ball games left to be played, but they are shaping up to be in a very good position for at least a wild card spot in the playoffs, and their schedule gets easier, which is huge. Their schedule gets easier. All right, Dustin May on the mound making his Red Sox debut today. You let me know, do the Red Sox sweep this series? Yes or no? Just let me know. Yes or no. Comment it down below. That's where we're going to end it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already. Getting close to 5,000 subscribers. Daily Red Sox coverage, injury news, rumors. When we get into the offseason, it's going to be absolutely bonkers with free agency, trade rumors, Joe Ryan, all of that stuff. It's going to be great. Hit that subscribe button, join the family, and until next time, go Sox.